There has been a massive controversy with Joe Rogan over the past few weeks and the quote misinformation he spread on his podcast. He apologized for not bringing a well-rounded mix of people with different viewpoints onto his podcast, and the Spotify CEO said they wouldn't censor him. Musicians are threatening to boycott Spotify until they remove Joe Rogan altogether from the platform, and Joe Rogan was standing pretty firm on his "I'll create the content I want" stance, and it seemed like the company was behind him, but now the tables are turning because over 100 episodes of his podcast have been removed from Spotify. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month or supporting the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description. And of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I wanted to start off with this Reclaim the Net article. It says around 70 more Joe Rogan episodes have disappeared from Spotify, and there is a website called jremissing.com, and as you can see, any of the ones with the green next to them are new. There have been a ton of episodes removed, over 100 removed at this point. So around 70 more episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience have today disappeared, according to the JRE Missing, a tool that uses the Spotify API to detect episode deletion. Reclaim the Net has confirmed that these episodes have indeed been deleted at the time of writing. It says the missing episodes include many different interviews from Michael Malice, Theo Vaughn, Aubrey Marcus, Russell Peters, Tim Ferriss, lots of different people, lots of different episodes have been removed at this point. As you can see on JRE Missing, I mean, we're not talking about from one or two particular guests. Even that is too much in my opinion. I don't think that they should be removing any episodes, but as you can see, we are talking about tons of different people, tons of different content here. Even the ones with Bill Burr, Andy Dick, David Foley. But going back to Reclaim the Net, it says Spotify has yet to confirm if the deletions are intentional and has put out no statement on the matter. Of course, we know at this point that it is intentional. We know that these big companies don't just accidentally have things like this happen. We know 99% of the time that it is intentional, that they're doing it because of social media scrutiny. They're taking down episodes that could be seen as too controversial, that has quote-unquote controversial material. Joe Rogan has been a target of outrage in recent weeks, with demands for censorship coming from Twitter all the way to the White House. The legacy media accuses him of promoting misinformation about the COVID-19 vaccines for interviewing doctors who disagree with mandates and promote early treatments for COVID-19. And there have been other controversies with him over the past few days, and we don't know specifically why these episodes were removed, because some of them date back all the way to 2018, but one could assume at least some of them were removed because a video has been spreading across social media of Joe Rogan using the N-word out of context, and maybe some of those episodes contained him saying the word, even though in most cases he used the word while quoting someone. People who want him canceled have no problem clipping things out of context and trying to get people ran off of the internet. And this was an update. He went on Instagram Saturday to discuss the content of some old episodes, addressing 2 videos on social media of him saying the N-word. I truly and genuinely am not surprised that cancel culture vultures are doing anything they can to get Spotify to potentially drop him. They claim to hate Joe Rogan, yet they are going back through his old content, any of his content, trying to find things that they can cancel him over, and this is where they landed. They're taking him saying the N-word, they're clipping it, they're making it, you know, into these big compilation videos, and they're saying, oh my gosh, look at all the times he said this terrible word. Yet it's all completely out of context, because in most of the instances, he's just using it while he's quoting someone. Now, a year ago, Spotify had removed quite a few of his episodes, but he didn't really do anything about it. No lawsuits were filed. He only made a couple of generic statements. So either he didn't think it was that serious, or it says in his contract that they can remove whatever they want, whenever they want. And with them removing over 100 more episodes, it definitely looks that way. But he had said it was a one-time thing. It wouldn't happen again. Yet clearly this was false, because now they're removing tons and tons of episodes, and we don't even know why they removed them. Unfortunately, that's something we'll probably never know the specifics of. We can all guess, we can all speculate, but they're probably not going to publicly address this situation. They just kind of want it to die down at this point. They want everything to go back to normal, everyone to be quiet, and everyone to forget about this issue. Honestly, though, I don't know if that's going to happen. A lot of people are very upset at Spotify for not canceling Joe Rogan. A lot of people are mad at Joe Rogan for making statements. A lot of people are angry at the individuals who are trying to cancel Joe Rogan. So there's a lot of fighting right now around Joe Rogan and his podcast. A lot of people were really happy to see Joe Rogan and Spotify make this exclusive deal, because Joe Rogan could make the content that he wanted, and Spotify, of course, got a giant name for their platform. But now we're seeing a lot of censorship going on, and I think that a lot of people are going to start boycotting Spotify over this. A lot of people are really disappointed to see all of this content be removed and not even get an explanation as to why. But of course, he went on social media and apologized for his use of the word. Not very surprising. Spotify probably told him he had to apologize, and he's just doing that to save his image publicly. There are a lot of people who will defend Joe Rogan no matter what he says, and it doesn't really matter to them if people are clipping things out of context. But to normal, everyday social media users, they see that and they go, wow, why would Spotify allow a guy like this on their platform? So of course he has to put out a public apology for his and also their image. But it was a pretty basic statement. He didn't comment on why so many videos have been removed, but of course he says, it all smushed together, looks absolutely horrible, even to me. I shouldn't have said that word publicly. I shouldn't have even said it privately. It shouldn't be on my podcast. We really apologize. I'm sorry that this happened. Now, between all of the controversies with the Joe Rogan experience over the past few weeks, there are a lot of people demanding that Spotify cancel him and remove him from their platform. But I don't see that happening. They paid a whopping $100 million for Joe Rogan, so clearly they wouldn't just cancel their contract with him willy-nilly. They knew that he'd be a massive reason for people to use their service, and they'd lose millions of people if they ended their contract with him. People would boycott the hell out of Spotify over it, so who knows, maybe they'll do it, but it would be dumb if they did. And not even 2 weeks ago, the Spotify CEO was talking about how they wouldn't censor Joe Rogan's podcast over the misinformation controversy, yet now they're censoring him over another controversy. Honestly, I'm not surprised to see this happen. These companies are so afraid of them getting canceled, of their image being ruined, of people leaving their platform, that they end up doing things that make them look even worse. Now we've got over 100 episodes of the Joe Rogan experience missing from Spotify, and I highly doubt we're going to get an explanation why they were removed, but there's a few good guesses why. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.